If you've ever thought about going to Burning Man or you're just curious about it, oh, let me tell you. Well, Burning Man is not just a festival. In fact, a lot of Burning Man people will get very upset if you call it that. It is a social experiment where you are showing up in the middle of the desert in Nevada with just the things that you bring in. It goes from being just straight dust to a booming city in just under a week. At Burning Man, you are a part of a camp, and that will determine where you actually are within the city. But your camp determines how the week goes for you. Camps are really small and some camps are really big. Some camps are super expensive to get into. Some camps aren't really expensive at all, and you basically just show up with what you have, your tent, all the things that you need for the week. I was at a billionaire's camp, so there was a lot of RVs, showers, bathrooms, chefs that cooked us breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We didn't actually have a lot of shifts to work, but there were a lot of events and things that happened at our camp, so it was just fun to be there. Probably wondering what I mean by work. Well, at Burning Man, you do not buy anything except for ice. It is all on a trade business. So your camp specifically brings something to offer the playa. Other people can come to your camp and you give them things, and there's certain days where we offer different things. And then in your off hours, you can go around to other camps and receive gifts and other things that the other camps are offering. You can go to Burning Man and just dance and rave the entire time if that's what you want your week to be, but Burning Man has so many other things to offer. It really tends to attract people that believe in like escaping the matrix. A lot of people that go to Burning Man live very interesting and different lives, and I think that's one of my favorite parts about it. The coolest people I've ever met in my entire life, I met at Burning Man. A lot of billionaires, a lot of CEOs, a lot of very smart people, and so you can go to camps throughout the week and actually learn about a lot of different topics, all the different innovations and things happening in the world and how people are working to move the world forward. Burning Man is not something that you just decide to go to a week beforehand. People prepare for literal months in advance. Like Burning Man will end and they already start preparing for the next year. It's not just a weekend event either. I was there for 10 days and it takes a really long time to get there because it's literally in the middle of nowhere. Since it is radical self-expression, people get very into Burning Man fashion and they literally have crazy outfits planned out for like 10 days straight. You'll also see that people go and get their hair professionally braided beforehand, and that's mainly because the playa is alkaline and it will make your hair and nails so brittle. If you don't thoroughly prepare and bring everything that you need, it will just make your week a lot more difficult, and people at Burning Man are very kind and will gift you and give you whatever they can, but at the end of the day, you're supposed to be completely self-reliant. Even consider going to Burning Man without a bike. I don't think people understand just how big Burning Man is. If you were to walk across the entire city, it could literally take you the entire day. Always have a bike lock. Bikes get stolen all the time, whether it was on purpose or not. You're gonna want to bring a ton of lights and just light up your entire bike with it. It's super dark and deep playa in the middle of the night, and just the lights are the only way that people can see you. They have a 4-page Word document on everything that you need to bring. The main thing that made Burning Man such a magical and unforgettable experience for me was, one, specifically the first night that you ride out into deep playa, and just days prior you saw that the playa was just flat dust and nothing was there. Now you're riding around and there's magical lights and art and thousands of people, and just this entire city is built out of nothing. So beyond beautiful, I can't even explain it. You look up at all the stars in the sky and you're just like, where even are we? What even is life? Brings me to my next takeaway. Burning Man just really pushed me to think, like, why do we even live the way that we do? Why do we do the things that we do? Everything that society just kind of pushes you to believe and kind of pushes you in this box, it really forces you to expand and think outside of that. I know that I just sound like one of those people that took the Burning Man pill and just never came back the same, but it truly was a spiritual awakening on every level. So much more that I could share about all the experiences that I had throughout the week, but I hope that that kind of gave you an idea of what it is and what you can expect.